VinController.eu. Check vehicle history for every used car in Europe. Welcome to Miss Car Service 2021. In front of you, you can see these three gorgeous finalists, but we're not here to find out who looks the best. We've decided to award our Beetle with some more dyno time before we take it out on track. This tall gentleman is Marek, who you already know, and we found a few interesting things out. Well, first off, we gave you the car back so that you can drive some kilometers in order to bed in the brakes. But I have no idea what you've been doing with this car. Us? Anyways, let me just explain what was done with the car. We didn't want to push the car to extremes, so we didn't push for the highest horsepower number. We tried to tune it so that it has a smoother torque curve, and we didn't really try to open it up at the top. But now that the torque curve is more flat, the car will start nicer from a dig, it will accelerate more nicely, and it will react faster from low revs. Well, if I look at the torque curve as a layman, I can immediately see that it has changed a lot. There's no more bumps, just one smooth line. And I think I won't tell Richard anything tomorrow, just to see if he can feel it. But what makes me really excited is that not only is the car in great condition engine-wise, but the upgraded suspension and brakes make the car a better package overall. But knock on wood, I hope the weather is nice tomorrow. It should stop raining around lunch, according to the forecast. So let's hope the car puts more of its power down. How much power do we have? 172.5 horsepower and 275 Newton meters. So the torque has gone up by quite a bit, 20 Newton meters. We've also got a few more horses under the bonnet, but most importantly, the torque curve is smooth. There's something we wanted to get through in this video. Many of our viewers told us that they want more detailed information about the things we're doing in our videos. So could you please explain, what is chip tuning and how do you do it? Well, for some time now, engines have been moving from being controlled by carburetors to fuel injection. That all is controlled by the car's onboard computer. It's called an engine control unit, or an ECU, and it has certain data on it. The whole chip tuning process basically means that we modify the data that's on the ECU. That way, we can make the burn inside the engine more smooth, resulting in higher power and torque. I'll tell you something many people have problems getting their head around. If you're driving in a city, in traffic, this can result in lower fuel consumption. Let me explain. If I can be in the 6th gear instead of the 5th, because now I have enough torque to move the car in 6th, means that for the same distance covered, the engine now has to spin less. Now, of course, if you're driving with the pedal to the metal all the time, the fuel consumption will reflect that. But try to look at it this way. How much percent of the time are you driving at a full throttle? Most of the time, there's only a light load on the engine. So basically, I can better use the whole torque range of the engine. But at the same time, if I step on it, I'll have much more power than before. So how do you go about doing this? Do you reset it and let the car learn all the values again? Well, not really. We have to program the new values. The car doesn't learn them. We have to precisely define what the engine should be doing. But the whole point of this is better active safety and better comfort. Nowadays, when you're driving on a busy district road and there's a truck in front of you, you'd have a problem overtaking it. That's what chip tuning is for. It's not about being a racing driver and getting tickets from police all the time. I mean, that's why racetracks are open to public, right? Once again, everything that's done to this car needs to be legal. Even when the wheels didn't fit in the last episode, we had to change them for ones that would. It's about being safe and comfortable on the streets. It really is a nonsense to drift every roundabout you see. Now, the car's supposed to be driving better on the roads, and with the new KW suspension, I can tell you that it definitely does. It's incomparable to the stock one. Now, if I want to have some fun, I go to Slovakia Ring, and I have my fun there. But I believe we should all behave on the roads, for our own safety. That's why everything we're doing is legal and has to be safe. And I urge you guys at home to do the same. We also got some comments under the first dyno video saying we don't know what we're doing. We'd like to correct that, because we like to think we know what we're doing. Wait, we know what we're doing, but apparently Marek doesn't. Okay, so what did you do wrong? Well, there were some comments saying that we didn't measure the performance right, simply just because the rear wheels didn't spin. Apparently, the ABS was intervening, which is plausible because this car actually has this system. According to the commenter, we did it all wrong because the ABS would be limiting power. So, let me give you some food for thought. A hypothetical question. If the ABS did influence our results, which it could only do in a form of traction control, what would it do? Well, it changes how much the wheels are spinning. Well, it cuts power. So we would have gotten even less power? Well, we wouldn't measure anything. If the traction control was truly intervening, it would prevent us from spinning the front wheels without spinning the rear wheels. So let me clarify what happened. The ABS system was completely disengaged during the whole dyno session. If it was on, we would have gotten no results. But I get what they meant by the comment. This is actually a common problem on newer cars. For example, if you want to measure Porsche's performance and the front wheels aren't spinning, it doesn't even allow you to shift from first to second. So the wheels really have to be spinning for me to measure the performance. But that doesn't really apply here. By saying newer cars, you mean 2015 and newer? Well, I'd say even newer than that. It's mostly the newest car on the newest platforms, but there's still an option to put it into the dyno mode. That disables the ABS, making this a non-problem. And I know some dynos might have a problem with this, especially if they don't have the brand-specific tool to activate the dyno mode. But there's a whole range of dynos for this, and ours is one of them. This dyno can actually move the rolls independently, which means that if I was to dyno a car that was front-wheel drive and I had some problems with it, I can turn the dyno into four-wheel drive mode so that the wheel speed syncs up. So it simulates normal driving conditions, right? Yeah, so the result is that we've measured it correctly. Now please wish us a lot of luck, because we're going to Slovakia tomorrow, so let's hope the car returns here under its own power. We also have a new contest. Please leave a comment on your best guess of what time Richard is going to get now that the Beetle is modified. And what's the reward? I'm sure we can find a nice MM Racing sticker. I'll also throw in a Boostmania t-shirt. And you know what? I'll add a cap. From Akrapovic. Oh, that sounds pretty nice. The one of you that will get closest to the time will get an MM Racing sticker, an Akrapovic cap, and a Boostmania t-shirt. Jos has been wearing it for a week now, so you should be pretty excited. And for the second and third place, we'll send you some stickers. I'm sure we'll find some interesting ones. So, leave your guesses in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next episode as Slovakiaing.